The fact that this was leaking so fast when it was on the sieve must literally just be due to like the weight that was on it, because like yeah, it's bubbling right now, but it's not that bad. Like, it's been in the garage all night long and it hasn't leaked a whole lot, which is good because it means it's not like a huge crack. It probably would be easier to repair, but I don't know. We haven't really decided what we're gonna do yet. Emerson says we're gonna fix it. We just don't really know how yet. I'm confident in us being able to fix it, or at least try and show you guys what to do or what not to do or whatever. It's gonna be good. Anyways, welcome back to the channel, guys. Hope you guys are having a great day. Today we are starting, if I can find it, we are starting the day off with an OBD2 scanner. Brad dropped this guy off like 20 minutes ago. And this one is not one you can use to reset codes. I'll probably still have to go out and purchase my own, but this one we can at least read the codes. So that is where we're gonna start today. We're getting a super late start to today because I had to do a lot of adult things this morning. I really wanna go drive this thing, so I'm working as hard as I can to make some progress on it, see what we can learn. I know it's already thrown the code, probably too late for this to make any difference now, but I'm still gonna plug this back in just to be safe. Let's see what we find here. Are you kidding me, man? You can't even get this thing up into where my OBD2 port is. The actual OBD2 thing is so high up in there that this chunky ass tip doesn't fit. Literally one of the reasons I didn't start today's video till later in the day was because I knew Brad was gonna bring me that thing. And of course, it doesn't even fit in the car I need it to fit in. But you guys do know the Subaru has been throwing a code. The BRZ has been throwing an engine code as well. And a lot of you guys comment and you're really mad about the fact that the engine light's been on for so long and you want me to fix it. I know what that code is. I know the BRZ's code. Well, pretty sure I know what the code is. It happened right after we put the headers on. And I'm pretty sure what happened was the O2 sensors are just getting really dirty. They don't have very much of a spacer on them. So the O2 sensors are getting filthy on the BRZ and it's causing them to not be able to read properly, I think. But since we have the scanner, I'm pretty sure it'll plug into this car, so let's check let's check this engine light next. I don't know how to use this thing also. Like, I'm sure that when you unplug it, it'll still tell you the code. Yeah, I think it just told me a code. 3 codes! Oh, they're all the same code. What? P0420. This is the code that it just threw, P0420. I got no idea what that means. It's really glary behind me, so let's just let the tint solve that. Oh yeah, this is exactly what I thought. P0420 is a bad cat. So basically, I deleted both my cats on this car. There is no more cats, so that code is thrown because the car knows there's no more catalytic converters, which is totally fine. That's what I knew. That's why I haven't been stressing it. I told you guys when we put in the headers, but I think some of you guys probably didn't watch that video or whatever. And then you've just been seeing the engine light on in my videos of like me driving around and you're like, yo, you need to get that fixed. And I know I do, but I haven't had a scanner and I didn't feel like going to pay for one. Although it's becoming more relevant in my life. Just go buy a scanner, Robbie. My life has come down to you work on cars for a living now. You don't have a scanner, you're an idiot. Dude, every day on the vlog, every day on the vlog, all we do is spend money. That code reader Brad gave me doesn't fit in the Subaru. It fits in the BRZ. BRZ is throwing a code for no cat.
But at least you checked it.
At least I checked it and I know, so we still gotta go buy one for the Subaru because it doesn't fit. Get you an exhaust setup that you can feel in your chest. Okay, so I know I probably could have got one of these on like Amazon for cheaper. I need one that clears codes as well. The problem with a lot of these like scanners and readers and stuff is they don't clear the code. They just tell you the code and there's really no point because I'm still gonna have to find another one or find someone with one or take it to a shop to get it cleared. In my personal opinion, that's stupid. So I ran out to Lordco and for the sake of, you know, progressing the channel and progressing the videos at a decent pace, I picked up this drive thing. I don't know, they were out of the ones that plug in, like normal ones like I was using like Brad's. They were out of those. The only ones they had in stock were these, so I was just whatever, I just figured I'll send it. Lordco's already ate most of my bank account this month. I may as well just give them the rest of my money. So obviously this is not sponsored. I just went out and picked this stupid thing up, but we're gonna test it out and see how it is. One of the #1 comments I get is that I need to pick up an OBD2 reader, or I need to pick up a scanner, or like, why don't you have a scanner? And I honestly, I know I should. This one doubles up. It has like on the back, there's like an app and you can use it for gauges too, which I thought would be sick. Especially when Project Rally is like built a bit more. And I can like plug this thing in and it can show me like boost and it can show me all that stuff just through here, which is sick. So now I need to download the app. So let's start with the BRZ because I know the BRZ is easy, just clearing the code. Uploading to cloud. What does this thing need to upload to a cloud? That was easy. Stored code, pending code, all the codes. So this is And another reason I got this too is because I was talking, I'm sorry I'm so dark in here. I hate how early it gets dark. I was talking to the guy at Lordco, and basically when you plug one in, like it'll just spit out the code like P242 whatever 420, and that's it. But at least with this one, you can kind of like click it and it'll tell you exactly what the code is. So that's kind of cool. So like it just came up right now and it's like code P420, which is what I said earlier, catalyst B1 deterioration. So it's saying my cat's gone. Which is correct because I have no more cats in this entire car. It's actually super dope that tells you, because that saves you like the extra Googling it and stuff like that. So it can tell you everything, engine RPM, vehicle speed, blah, 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 blah. Dude, this thing's pretty cool. I don't know much, but I know that it looks, first impressions, this thing's pretty dope. So I'm gonna erase codes. Are you sure you wanna erase all the diagnostic data? Confirm. Hey, no more engine light, baby. Woo! Look at that! All it took was for me to go spend money on a frickin' sensor thingy reader. Code 1 cleared. Now let's see what kind of codes this demon car is gonna give us. Oh, so many codes! Oh shit. So we got mass airflow sensor voltage low. That's from me unplugging it. Knock sensor 1. It could very well just be something that I screwed up when I put it all back together. IAT sensor 1 voltage high with heater control circuit low. The HO2S sensor from the engine bank 1 and sensor 1. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do damage control. Okay, instead of trying to figure out what all these codes mean, because you guys know I plugged and unplugged things since I've got it running, we're gonna erase the codes. Now they're gone. Okay, and after starting it, we instantly have codes. So, at least these codes now will be the codes we have to worry about. Whereas before, the codes we were getting were like from me unplugging the mass airflow and all that other stuff, right? Okay, so the only one that came back on, knock sensor 1 circuit high. Basically it says it does not mean it's detecting knock, it means it's detecting an electrical issue. Okay, it took me like a couple minutes to find it, but the knock sensor's like down in here. But what I noticed when I was looking for the knock sensor, oof. Look at that. That's a Robbie mistake. So apparently when I put all this back together, I forgot to plug something in. Like I told you guys, probably something easy that I just forgot to plug in. So whatever that clip is, once I find the home for that clip, I will probably have found the answers to all my problems. Clear that code. Yeah! Aw, what? Why are you already back? Bruh. Heater control circuit low, what does that mean now? It's basically just an O2 sensor code, same thing that the BRZ had. It can be caused by like wiring faults, faulty connections, blah, 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 or just a bad thing. So, oh dude, it was barely plugged in. That was the easiest thing ever. I literally picked it up to show you guys, like I didn't even get the camera yet. I literally grabbed it like this and pulled, and it just came right off. So now that's fixed. Erase the code. Hey, hey, don't celebrate yet. Yeah, we got no codes. Thank God, dude. Hey, check it out, boys. What, half my dash lights went out? No. Why is this car haunted? Oh, there they were. Why are you haunted? Yeah. Okay, now everything's back. Yo, that's so tight. Okay, so this is better now. This is like how it was when I bought it. A normal car. At least it's not gremlins all over the place and it's just stupid things I've done. I'm so stoked. I'm so excited. I want to find out if the acceleration issue yesterday was anything to do with the actual mass airflow sensor like I was led to believe, or if it was just me having issues. Yeah, dude, I think I just cut you guys right off with that, but that was awesome. My power is back. Yes, dude. All I want to do is love this car. That's literally all I want to do. I just want to love this thing and spend money on it. Like, why would it not just be happy about that, right? My favorite part about this car is watch the speed bump. Ready? 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 Watch this. All my cars, you have to slow down to like 5 and go sideways over speed bumps, bro. This thing, just watch this. Ready for this one? You ready? Oh, I know that's not the best for it, but I've just, whoa, 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 this guy's backing out right into me. I know that's not the best for it, but I'm stoked. This is the first time we drove the Subi happily. Dude, this thing has no idea what's coming for it. A lot of you guys are stoked. A lot of you guys are curious, Robbie, why did you buy a hatch? Why would you buy a hatch for a rally car? First of all, if you look into rallies, there's a lot of people that rally the hatch. Second of all, because I wanted to. Let's be different, boys. Let's show you that you can do anything with anything. That's locked. You wanna hear my favorite thing about this car? It's got a dirty exhaust leak, and it sounds almost like you just did like a muffler delete. Like, listen to this. Sounds like absolute I need to get a real exhaust on this thing. I would like to take a quick second and credit everybody that solely does daily vlogging. Like, you upload every day, you don't have like a team behind you, you deserve a mad props. Like, it's not easy. It's definitely really hard. I've learned that in literally just a week's time. It's incredibly time consuming. It's amazing. Like, honestly, it makes me feel more like fulfilled, I guess, but it's super cool. I really am enjoying it. I'm not complaining at all. I'm just saying, like, everybody that does this like for a year or 2 years, like for years, like, this is crazy. Like, good on you for making quality content every day. Sorry, today's content was kind of boring and lame. I just have so much stuff I had to catch up on. I'm not used to daily uploading. There's a reason for that, because a lot of people upload kind of boring daily uploads, and I don't want to become that way. I'd rather wait till I have like enough content and then release it all at once for you guys and give you guys like a solid video. Today's video like really shouldn't have been its own video, but it's Vlogmas, so I told you guys I would do it. And I forgot to keep filming after I went out and drove. We did so many other things that I've just like stupid things, like regular person things that have to get done. So Project Rally is drivable. I've been driving it around today, just running errands. I'm gonna go drive it out tonight, trying to get it through its heat cycles, because the head bolts need to go through a couple heat cycles before you actually start abusing the crap out of it. So comment down below if you made it this far in the video. Comment mashed potatoes, so I know you stayed that far in the video. Comment mashed potatoes. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out and stay committed.